Browns and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Cleveland Browns and the Carolina Panthers. Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go from Uptown Charlotte. They'll start by running the option to the right. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Getting to the ball that time. Chin. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Off of play action, it's Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Watson to Njoku there for the Cleveland first. Here's Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 27. First carry for Nick Chubb. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And again, it's Chubb. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson doing it himself from 9 yards out. And the Browns are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets him set at their own 25-yard line. Corral with it, first down here. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Corral to throw, first and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hubbard. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Throwing again on second down. Corral buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They set a load a big way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
Now after the sack, you got Corral and the Panthers here staring at a tough play, 3rd and long. In motion left here, Marshall. Corral from the gun on 3rd down. Under pressure, they got him again. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. The Browns' drive about to get started. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play. Who you think's going to get the ball, where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you've got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Now a give left side for Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they work this well upfield across the 45. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the air now with Watson. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Here's Chubb on the read option. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Chubb on the read option. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle 3rd of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
York able to send this one through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Corral's throw pulled in by Marshall. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. A nice completion there for the 1st down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right at the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Again, it's Corral. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Corral looking to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Marshall. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now Corral, 3rd and 2. Being chased out left. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Fourth down. Here's Corral. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
He got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it. And it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal. So it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, If you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for 2, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rally.
Exactly. Getting back there, making the tackle, and not giving up 2 points themselves.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Corral with it on first down. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively, and second down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here comes Marshall in motion right. To throw on 2nd and 10. Corral. That's going to be caught. It's Chenault. A big play there just before halftime. 66 yards. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A first red zone chance of the new season now as they come up 1st and goal. Now Corral. He's got a man. That's Marshall. Touchdown! Terrace Marshall, as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Watson now to throw. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And out across midfield down to the 45. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The Canadian track star put up over 600 yards as a rookie in Carolina, and that has earned him some major trust from the organization and his teammates, who both believe he can be an effective NFL starter.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Marshall coming in motion right. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And they'll go again here with Hubbard to the 43, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Corral looking to throw. There's Trimble, the tight end. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, right at the 40. They'll send Marshall in motion left. Corral to throw on 1st and 10. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd and 10, Corral. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23. To the air again with Corral. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Browns drive about to get started. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
This is the tight end, Njoku. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. In motion is Grant. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. They run it again with Chubb. And some room to work. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 153 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
A give running right is Chubb. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. Here's Chubb on the read option. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a two-score deficit here in the fourth. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
For Marshall, that's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Third down, Corral. That's complete. Again, he's got Marshall. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. Here comes Marshall in motion right. Corral with it. First down here. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On first down, Corral. And it'll be intercepted. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
The Panthers take over first down at their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
Corral sets up play action. Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Corral. And that is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Fourth down, here's Corral. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Corral is intercepted again. That's number 3. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's Chubb on the read option. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Watson now going to run the option right. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Chubb will get the call running left. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And again, it's Chubb. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Corral. That caught by Tremble. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
First down. Here's Corral with it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 2nd and 10. Corral. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though. No surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To the air again. Here's Corral. Throw left side, going to be caught by Chenault. And he's got room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. There's another one complete to Chenault. Touchdown, Panthers. LaVisca Chenault. 32 yards. And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency, because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
They'll bring a tight end in motion. Corral. That's caught. And he'll get in for the score. And that's going to cut the lead down to 13. And the formula there on the two-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And Watson's going to throw it here. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one is incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And the lead will hold at 13.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
One final play for Corral. That pass complete to Moore. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.